I'm excited today to be bringing on a guy that's become a good friend, CEO of Eleve Health, Mr. Carlos Mendez. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Charlie. Appreciate it.
So we first met Eleve at the NFL Alumni Academy in Canton, Ohio. This is last season. Now, boom, threw us in the middle of Texas. What do you think of the new digs here?
It's unbelievable. This journey, from 2018 to now, the things that we've accomplished, the people we've met, really incredible.
What do you think about the whole process? Because you've become a part of a lot of these athletes' lives, which I don't know if you. I mean, I guess you realize it, but to really see some of our guys were at the academy last year. From there, we had like 40 guys or so in the USFL.
Mm-hmm.
Eleve then became the official recovery room at the USFL. So those athletes were familiar with this, and this was all new training methods for them. Then when these guys see it, it starts to be like, Eleve, like they're seeing a family member. So how cool's that been to see?
That's pretty incredible, I'll tell you. That also caught me by surprise. Because even here, we're training some of the XFL players and providing recovery for them. And yesterday I mentioned to the guys that some of you guys may have been at the USFL, and sure enough, about 10 of the guys came and saw me and shook hands, and also was saying thank you because they used the equipment at the USFL, and they're so grateful to have it here. So that it feels good.
And it's also, look at this, the ghosts of Arlington right now. It's kind of crazy. We're in the Rangers' old ballpark, right? So Nolan Ryan put Robin Ventura in that headlock. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, right behind us.
Yes.
It's kind of crazy. Yes. So there's also a guy that you've done a lot of great work with this year, Coach Chip Smith here, world-renowned trainer. What's it been like working with Chip?
Unbelievable. One of the kindest dudes and one of the most knowledgeable guys and one of the most respected guys in the industry. Just learned a lot as a person from him. He's of the highest character and family man, but also loves his people, players, partners, etc. And looking forward to doing not just this project with him, but lots of other projects.
Absolutely.
Love Chip Smith.
I'll tell you guys what, the way Chip Smith works these guys on the Moore system, we need all the recovery we can get.
Yeah.
They always say his workouts are like the toughest in the world.
Yes. Some of the players were commenting on that. They said, this is the Chip Smith Academy. That's what they call it. So.
No, Chip puts him through the ringer. Yeah. But it's been really cool. And to see the recovery room at his facility in Atlanta, that was beautiful. So for you now, looking back on the past 2 years and what you've been able to do with professional sports, not just with the NFL, but with the NBA, MLB, UFC, you're all over the place. Does that blow your mind?
Yeah, it does. It actually blows my mind. My partner and I, Jenny, we're always talking about how, and we say this every 12 months, it seems like, but 12 months ago we were here, now we're here. It's pretty incredible, this journey. I say it again, but it is mind-blowing, and I'm prepared to be mind-blown over and over again because there's so many important people that you meet through meeting the guys in the grind that are getting the work done. There's always bigger and bigger people behind it, and so it just keeps getting better and better.
Now I got to ask you a question. You ever met anybody from Mars or Neptune or Venus, anything like that?
Not yet.
Because I see some of these things that come out from Eleve, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about the pod specifically now.
Yeah.
I'm talking about some of the beds. Some of the things, just in the short time we've known each other, that you've developed are crazy. And it really does. It looks like space age technology when people see it. Yeah. But how do you keep your fingers on the pulse of the industry and keep leading it?
So, good question. That is we're real big on quality, of course, design, aesthetics, but also on effectiveness of products. So we do a lot of research on what's out there in the market, what's coming. And, sometimes cool things are cool things, but if they're cool and they bring major benefit, like sometimes you'll see our pod on Mars. You might see it.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It had to get delivered from there.
Absolutely. Overnight, they got that. But, yeah, so you keep it on there. You're looking for things that work effectively, and the nicer the look, the more high-tech, a mix of great benefits, great quality, and great looks.
Absolutely.
That's Eleve Health.
Now, yesterday you got to see competition day, where everybody kind of really gets after it. What did you think of the level of talent here at the academy?
It's mind blowing. That's something that also caught my attention because we're at the USFL, and not that there was limited talent, but there was limited players at the time, maybe 20 to 40 at different times, and but the decisions were more defined.
Yeah.
Where here they're opening up. It's great to see quarterbacks out here throwing darts, and these receivers catching the ball, but the defensive backs are
They were putting
running.
in work,
Yeah, they were
man.
putting in work. So all of that is so impressive to see all these guys. I saw the lineman drill yesterday where the defensive backs, the defensive ends were trying to beat the linemen
get around the edge.
and it's incredible. These guys are putting in, very passionate about their improvement, their work, their development. I can't wait to see what happens because they're going to come out here stars, and I'm really pulling for many of these guys to make it to the highest levels.
Yeah.
You know.
It's crazy. You really do. So by the time this academy wraps, we'll have had 240 athletes come through the system. Some go back to the NFL, all guaranteed a spot in the XFL.
Yep.
But it's going to be really cool, like you said, to see the life journeys of all these guys. And it almost starts to, even quickly, right? Like, Eleve's been here with us for the week, and it starts to almost be a little bit of a family bond with some of those guys.
Oh, 100%. There's a guy here that we met at the Combine in 2020. We feel like we're family with him. Back then we took pictures. He was one of the most friendliest guys, which brings me to the next point. There's a lot of character building going on here at the NFL alumni also, which I appreciate so much. And these kids, these young men, they are great people and also great players, great talents. But yeah, it's like a family bond. Many of these guys, I would say out of the 60 here, over 20 of them we've known from other camps and other training facilities, recovery rooms that we built for different entities. And they absolutely appreciate when they see the Eleve Health name and the equipment coming in, and they're using it.
That's so cool. And something, we got to change balls right now, okay? We got real quick, okay? Because I got to talk to him about this. Now, I know you're a big basketball fan.
Absolutely.
Eleve was just with the Denver Nuggets, providing their recovery room out in Vegas during training camp.
Yeah.
So now the Nuggets will be using some of the Eleve equipment. The players are using it. How cool was that to be in the NBA? And tell us about that experience.
So incredible. So, hanging out with the league MVP, who does that, right? And so incredible spending some time with Nicola, Aaron Gordon, class act. DeAndre, been a fan since the Live days. Yeah, back with Chris Paul and Griffin. But Jeff Green, great person. So meeting these stars is incredible. And again, another guy, Felipe, the trainer there, he won Coach of the Year.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible feat for him, and it's a contribution that not many people that I see every day are doing. He's so family-like. The environment that he's built there, the love that he has for the players, how he protects them, how he wants to help them, how he looks out for them. But the Denver Nugget experience was second to none. And the players really loved the sauna, the pod, the hyperbaric, of course. They were coming in daily and using them. And, of course, now they're going to be adopting it in their locker room and for themselves, some of them.
It's incredible. So can we, right now on record, okay, Los Angeles native.
That's it.
Loyal Clipper fan.
Yep.
Are you trading in the Clippers for the Nuggets?
That's tough. That's tough. That's a good question. Because, when Eleve Health gets intimate with teams out there,
you gotta have
we
real
become
love.
fans, man. We become fans because they provide opportunity and open doors, and you can't forget those kind of things in the industry. So, we're big Denver Nuggets fans. In fact, we keep talking about going out to Denver, flying out there and going to some of their home games there. And then anytime they're in L.A., we'll go visit them. Of course, we'll come out to your Bay Area, hang out with you, and we'll go see them play the Golden State Warriors. out to
See
New
all the
York.
rings. Everybody can check out all the rings out there too.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, man. Yeah. So I'd say right now they're on equal grounds. If they play each other, I'll be rooting for my favorite guys on each team. I'll tell you that. Right now, I think I have more favorite guys on the Nuggets because I've met them, and they're sweethearts.
Hey, so we got some political training here too, then.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we appreciate what you're doing for the academy. You're elevating this whole experience seriously. What's one thing that you want all athletes to know about recovery and the art of recovery?
40 to 70% faster. So that's a word or a phrase that not many athletes know, and not many athletes take serious. But you know the names out there of the guys that take care of their bodies that are spending, lots of resources on recovery because it's a very serious aspect of performance. So 40 to 70% faster recovery when you apply the hyperbaric chamber. We call it the oxygen miracle. And then red light therapy is the medicine of the future. And of course, sauna and infrared, vibration, and the brain health aspect of all of this, right? So if you know one thing is 40 to 70% faster, but remember, we're giving major league benefits to major league people, executives alike, for utilizing these amazing recovery devices.
Absolutely. And guys, let's all be human too and think that we all saw a few weeks ago, we saw what happened with Tua. And I think we love football. We love the game of football. But we also all know that we have to keep pushing. And we have to keep pushing in recovery and making sure we have the safest environment for our athletes. And they have the best quality of life, in the scheme of things. Now, when you saw that, we're at a time when, we're starting to see all of the high-end facilities starting to put these new therapies in.
That's true.
How much does it frustrate you to see where there's still, an adoption curve going on?
Yeah, it is disturbing, and I want to keep things in perspective too because we're only 4.5 years old. Mm-hmm. There's been a lot of people in the industry that have, they've paved the way, and they've, I'm sure, felt the same frustration.
Yeah.
And so I share that with everyone in the industry. But I do see a resistance to the obvious in our eyes and in your eyes, learning about these things.
Yeah.
But the day is coming. The day is coming. We work with some very, very, I'd say some of the most and best experts in the industry from a clinician research standpoint and also from a medical experience standpoint, clinical experience. So they're helping us in the push. And we have plenty of research also to share with league executives. I think brain health is the next thing, right? Body recovery.
Subject in the world.
It is right now. It is. And we as a company are committed to brain health just as much as anything else. We love talking about it just as much as anything else. And there's that realm of brain health, mindfulness. It's really the future of all of us because without that organ working correctly,
right?
As you know, and we see it all the time among some of our alumni in all leagues. Right? So at the same time, we feel for those great characters, even Hall of Famers,
right?
But we're here and we're pushing to try and make it happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Sometimes you got to step back. I've become such good friends with you. I got to step back to say this phrase, really, right?
Yeah.
And say thank you and congratulations on what you've been doing for professional sports.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you really step back. Just to step back and look what you've done. Congratulations, man. I'm proud to be a partner.
Appreciate you, Charlie. Love you, man. Thank you.
Love you, too. And, guys, be sure to subscribe to the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple. And if you want more information, if you want to elevate your game, elevehealth.com. Carlos, appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
Let's get to work out here, boys.
See you.